Forgive me. Help me! Help! Help me! Help! Thank you. Impossible.
Good evening.
I can't. can't carry anymore.
Greetings.
Forgive me. Help! Help me! Help! Help me! Help! Help me!
Poison charms are usually used in PvP builds, but you can use them in PvM too. Not everything is immune to poison in Hell, so it helps. It's kind of like using static field, it slowly drains their health, so if you're using a... What am I trying to say? If you're using a melee build, it's not the worst thing to have those as maybe like a temp. It works really good if you're leveling up. Can you show me the cow level? I was just in it actually. I'll show you again here in the next game if you're still hanging around. Won't take too long. Thought it'd be a bot playing before I joined. I have an entire channel doing that, so if you want to watch that instead, you could. But no, I'm actually playing. Like I said a few times, I enjoy playing the actual game. Even with map hacks, some people would say that's not really playing, but whatever. Alright, let's go to my mule game real quick. Hey, that's exactly what I wanted. So I'll probably turn this into a mercenary dream. Got this earlier. Rolled this one. Probably could roll this too. I'm sure I have the runes. Let's just do that while we're here. Might as well. Nice. That was really good luck. No, I have nothing to do with the coding for Golbot. I'm gonna park here. You can if you want to. You can park in my game if you feel like it. Or if you want to park here and watch me play the game, that would work too. It's more entertaining to actually watch someone play. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, this is a really good Dust Shroud. This actually rolled a little higher defense for the Scarab Husk, but I'm happy with both. I mean, those are really good. Plus the Diadem rolled 3 too, which is what I needed, so not bad. I mean, pretty good rolls today. Can't be angry when, you know, you actually get decent rolls for once. The bot found me a couple of lightning GCs, so using those. The faster run walk one isn't really all that useful, but the hit recovery is. Let's go do, while I'm waiting for the next game to be made. I'm letting my bot make games for me so I don't have to sit in queue. It's not actually all that much faster, but... Oh, wrong area. Oh, we didn't even get a queue. That's pretty nice. Can't say I'm angry about that. I've been watching 3 of my bots play simultaneously, so it's a nice break to watch an actual person. Don't get me wrong though, I love watching bots too. I greatly appreciate your videos as well because they help me to bot for the first time. Absolutely, you're welcome. Glad that it You're not the first person to say that, and you definitely won't be the last. So I feel like I help the more normal people out there, not the people who want to run 6,000 bots at a time. And that is my goal overall, is to help the more normal people actually be able to understand how to use it. Got a lot of mileage for me and my buddy. That's what I like to hear. It allows people to get things that they were never able to get before, and it evens the playing field for the people that have always been botting and have always had nice things versus, most people don't have those things. And then you find out how easy it is to get those things when you're botting, and now you're able to get those things as well, which is a nice feeling.
Help me. Help. Thanks.
How much MF do you have on you in total? Let's see, 25 plus 50, that's 75. Plus another 50, that's 125. We're sitting at 165 right now. Right, nope, that's not true either, because I have a 7 MFSC. So 172. I'm gonna get some more, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Help me.
Got a 4015 Geats, very nice, very nice. Exactly, we spent months trying crazy builds, etc. Exactly. And how are you gonna do that without botting? You're not. The only way to do that is to either pay for it on JSP by buying Forum Gold, or to bot. Those are the only two ways you can really do that. Or you just play single player and make the items yourself, I suppose. But that'd be the only other way that I know of. Definitely adds more fun to the game when you actually make whatever build successfully. For sure. And having the items that you actually want versus items that, are sufficient. Previously, I used to do a weak Hammerton or summon Necro. Yep.
Could this be a trap?
And I'm sure you're not the only one.
Good afternoon.
That's almost good. If that had rolled Lightning Sentry and whatever the other one is, that would have been worth something. Single player with the hero editor? Yeah, I've done a lot of that too. Well, I did a lot of that back in the day. I don't do it anymore. Yeah, exactly. You don't really need the hero editor if you can go and get the things you want anyway. So,
Follow me.
yo, what's up, dude? What's going on? What gear do you wear for MFing? Well, this character isn't fully done yet, but I'll show you here in a second what I'm currently using. I'd like to get over 200 Magic Find before I can say this build is, you know, quote unquote done. But give me just a moment, I'll show you. So I'm going to replace this Soge with a 10% FCR ring so I can break the next barrier. But I don't have one yet, so just going to wait on that. Chains of Honor. You could swap it out for Viper Magi, but I much prefer Chains. Chains is a really nice armor. How much MF do you recommend? I recommend enough to where it's not really a set amount because 200 is probably sufficient, but what's more important is your breakpoints. Overall, I think having better breakpoints is going to make your character stronger, and if you do botting, it's going to make it easier for the bot to move faster, and that's going to mean less deaths. So overall, I think especially the FCR breakpoint is really important. So, but if I had to set a number, I would say you don't really need more than 200. Some people will say 300, but I've found that 200 seems to be just fine. Yeah, from my testing, it's more important to be a high level rather than to be higher magic find. It seems like I find a lot more stuff the higher my level is. What class respect do you initially level for the ladder restart? Blizzard Sorceress? Same thing with me. There's a cap for MF. There isn't a cap, but there's diminishing returns beyond a certain point. So if you have, what is it? I'm not exactly sure. There's a table for it. I'll try to link it here in a minute. But there's a magic find table, and if you go over a certain amount, the amount that you will find does not match what it did from the previous breakpoint for Magic Find. So 100, 200, 300, 400, or if it goes by 50s, I can't remember. Either way, after a certain point, there's not a good amount that you're getting back from that. So you're wasting your time having too much Magic Find. Again, I'll try to find the table for you so you can take a look at it. I believe 400 is like the absolute most you would ever really want because nothing else is really worthwhile. So if you have more than 400, I would cut down and try to break the faster cast rate breakpoint. The Ventura, that's what I'm talking about for breakpoints. Got 80 FCR. Is there a breakpoint I reached already? Probably. It depends on what skills you're using, because Lightning has different breakpoints from Blizzard and everything else, so it's going to matter which skills you're using, so I can actually tell you. Again, there's a page that tells you all the different breakpoints for Sorceress for each of the skills, and then the Magic Find so that you can actually see. Hold on, I'll get it for you here in just a second. Where's that at? Should bookmark this because it's very useful. That's not it. Where are we at here? It's one of these. There you go. Here's a nice table of magic finding and basically what it means. Your lightning. Lightning is harder to get breakpoints. And then here is the breakpoints website. What you do is you scroll down to faster cast rate and you look at Sorceress, and you'll see that lightning and chain lightning have different breakpoints. So right now you're at 13 casting frames, which is 78 faster cast rate. If you were to get to 117, you would go down to 12, and then 194 is top end. So 117, I would say, is the one you want to aim for, because then you cast extremely fast. 78's not bad, but you can definitely boost it higher than that fairly easily without losing a ton of Magic Find. So the stream always has a delay. It shouldn't be too terribly long. The delay should be less than 1 minute. I don't know exactly what it is because it's through Streamlabs and they're a little bit slower than YouTube is, believe it or not. They typically don't have very long, I think it's like 5 seconds usually when I stream just using OBS myself. But if I use the Streamlabs stuff, then it takes a little bit longer. So breakpoints are incredibly important. If you don't know them, then you're not going to be able to hit them and break them. And you're going to be kind of stuck somewhere in the middle usually, which is not really where you want to be. So checking those tables out and figuring out where your breakpoints are is going to make a huge difference. Even if you're just playing by yourself, it matters. So you're right, Kevin, 100%. I don't stream to Twitch because I don't really like Twitch as a company. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of YouTube either. But YouTube gave me partnership and monetization years, literally years before Twitch did, so I gave up on Twitch completely. Twitch used to have really hard goals to get to be able to be monetized on their platform, and I thought that was ridiculous. So I just gave up on them. And it's really hard to get people to watch you on Twitch too. YouTube, you get viewers because they already know about your channel, they know about your past videos, and then they watch you on YouTube, whereas Twitch is not really that way. Javazon and item find barb. You can get the Javazon and item find barb to work, but it's kind of a pain to do so. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know the breakpoints existed either, because that's been around forever. And it's incredibly important.
Forgive me. Help me. Help. Help me. Help. Help me.
There's I don't even remember the name of this belt. I should. There we go. Gold wrap. That's what it is. Good old gold wrap. Gold. Gold wrap. Does MF affect finding high runes? No, it does not. I still can't get my bots to join a game, although I can get them to create a game. It's because of the chat bug, most likely, is the reason you're having a problem. Although if they're not... Are they joining? Hold on. No, they're creating. Interesting. So no, it's not the chat bug. I take that back. Which is really weird that they wouldn't create one. And normally bots wouldn't join a game either unless there's a specific entry point that you're using, so that's also very weird. Well, if you watch the channel and you do exactly what I show in the videos, I can pretty much guarantee you'll get a working bot. But you have to do it exactly the right way. And that's where it gets people, is they usually forget a step somewhere, or they misdo a step or whatever, and that doesn't mean they're dumb. People think I'm trying to insult people when I say that. I'm not. I'm just saying that it's easy to make a mistake when there's so many steps involved. So basically what I recommend is just going back and redoing certain things, whatever it is that you think you're having a problem with, or even the whole thing if you just can't stand to mess with it anymore. And you'd be surprised how often that'll fix it. How's it going, Wedge? Nice to see you again. See if we can get a 5 NATO. Not even close. Okay, let's see. Any lucky drops? Not really anything lucky. We got these two e-bugged armors that I did today, and the diadem, so not too bad, but nothing super fancy. Yeah, wouldn't say anything like massively amazing. I don't actually know if this helmet's worth anything, but that is a lot of attack rating. So I've been wondering if that's worth anything. So I held on to it. And maybe potentially it's good, I don't know. Zealer hat, put a socket and a 4015 in it, GG for Zeal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Is that like an LLD weapon? Because it's level 28, so I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the lower end stuff. So not lower end as in quality, but as in low level dueling and that kind of thing. I don't really mess around with that too much. Now that's a lot of champions and elites. I like that. That is very nice. Right on. I will hold on to it then. I kind of figured it was worth something. I just wasn't 100% on it. It just screams something valuable because that's a ton of attack rating. Well, if I do kill the Cow King, it won't matter because I can have another character I have come in and make the cow level for us. But that would just be inconvenient, so I try not to do that. I did do that with my paladin by accident, but it's not that big a deal. Oops. Are the queues just gone now? Because it seems like my bot is instantly joining. I'm wondering if the queues are just gone. It'd be really nice if they finally decided to fix that. Let's see. Let's find out. Hey, hey! They're gone for now. We'll see if they come back later. They might. We'll do cows last.
Help.
How many points do I put into warmth for Sorceress? Just the one for this particular Sorceress. But your gear, if it has plus to skills on it, will boost it significantly, so...
Help. Thanks.
What are you questioning, Brandon?
Help me.
Any more points than one into warmth isn't really going to be necessary unless you're running a high, like a super high mana drain Sorceress. There's really just no point. The Nova Sorceress build that I used a while back, I think that one may have used more points, but because you're just spamming something over and over again, that's the reason why you're going to want that. Yeah, I mean, if you need a token, I'm sure one of us can provide you with one. I have a million of them, so if you're on US East ladder, I can toss you a token. Or you can use one of your own if you have them, but that is what they're for, so. How many points do you put into warmth for your... Oh, never mind, I read that. I put like 10 in mine. I mean, you could, but I prefer to focus on damage. I think damage is much more important. Synergies and damage. If those would have been a little bit higher magic find with 30% run walk, that would have been worth some. Mavs is a neat set. I don't know that that was a Mavs belt. I thought it was a battle belt, which I think is... Is that Wilhelm's? I can't remember. Been a while since I've checked out set belts because I usually just don't use them.
Help me. Help. Help me.
Yo, yo, what's up? Just started stream not long ago. Cool. About an hour ago.
Help.
Shark skin? I think that's right. I think you're spot on. I think it was a shark skin. I'm playing vanilla WoW at the moment, private server. Nice. Why are you playing a private server? I mean, I don't really care either way. Just curious. Because I actually don't mind paying Blizzard some money when they do things that I like. That's just my opinion. That's like generally how I view most things is if they do something that I agree with, they've earned my money. If they don't, then I don't care to support them. Except Capcom and Resident Evil because I'm a massive fan, hopeless fanboy, and I'll buy every Resident Evil game that comes out regardless of how terrible it is. But that's like the only thing I'll do that with.
Time over bogey.
It's up to you, Christian. I'd say both, yeah. I think both is the best answer. That's a great answer.
Good day.
Even more time? Yeah. You're not wrong. But it will be time well spent, as they say. So it's perfectly fine. Oops. I'm so ready for summer to be over. I'm tired of sweating to death. Bring me fall any day. Fall is absolutely lovely. Take that anytime, any place. true vanilla with all of its flaws. I agree. Part of what made vanilla so much fun for me to play is quite literally the fact that the game is long and tedious to grind. But it means that when you actually accomplish it, you feel like you did something because you did. It's not something you can just go out and grab and, it's easy peasy. It takes time and effort to actually get a good character, so. Till my accounts get deleted after 90 days as usual. Yeah, I feel you on that one. 115 daily on average? Ew. That sounds like Phoenix, Arizona to me. I used to live down there for 20 plus years and I hated every minute of it. I like the place. I didn't have a problem with the place or really the people too much. But the heat was just insane. I don't miss that. The only thing good about Phoenix is my mom. That's it. When I'm down there, that's about the only thing that I enjoy doing is going to see her. Maybe going to the Asian supermarket to get some food that I can't get elsewhere. Because we don't have one of those here, so. $111 at the minute. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's... Oof. You nailed the state on the dot. Well, I did live in Phoenix for a long time. But I will tell you that I live in northern Arizona, and it is not even remotely that hot. A lot of people take Arizona to be just Phoenix and Flagstaff. I don't know if you've ever been up here. It's not that hot. Pretty small town in northern Arizona. It's really just not super duper toasty. It can be, I mean, in terms of this town's concept of heat, which is about 90. But in terms of comparing it to Phoenix, it's nothing. It's not even close. Born and raised in Florida. See, I couldn't do Florida. At least with Phoenix, if I had to, for some reason, go live down there again, I could do it because it's not super humid all the time. I can't do the humidity thing. Humidity is just, oh man, I don't want that. I'm not sure anybody wants that. Flagstaff is nice. It is nice. Flagstaff is... Hold on, I'll get you the temp right now. It doesn't feel like it's anywhere close to 100. I would guess like 80-ish. Oh no, it's 66 degrees. Never mind. I think my room feels 80-ish. Because it's very hot in here with this computer. So very, very cool today because of the storms and everything. I visited Page, Arizona. That was very cool. Flagstaff is where I went snowboarding for the first time. I'm in Peoria for the time being. Very nice. Yeah, a lot of people come up here for that. Page is really neat because it's right on the border with Utah and, of course, the Grand Canyon and all that good stuff. Well, that's fair. I can understand where you're coming from. A lot of people do get bloody noses, and it's extremely dry all the time. But it depends on like what your hobbies are too. If you like to be out and about, the humidity is like just, I don't know. I can't stand it. And if you own things that go bang bang, those are better kept in warm, dry climates too. And I collect a lot of old stuff, so it's wood stocks, and wood does not do good with moisture, and neither does steel. So, I mean, I haven't even oiled certain things in like years. They still don't have not even one speck of dust of rust on it. So, very handy for that. So I guess it just depends on what you want to do or collect or those type of things. Thank you, sir, for the other thing I can watch that we don't speak of, although there are many of us who are much appreciative. Of course. That's what I like to hear.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't know if that's worth keeping or not because it's Eth. It might be worth something. I don't think so, though. I'm not sure. If it was only superior, yeah, for sure. My dad has a Civil War period. Don't really know much more about it, though. Very cool. And a Korean War rifle from the Korean War that his neighbor took from a soldier that he killed. Has a hammer and sickle on it. Interesting. Yeah, that's true. Even like cars and trucks, things like that do a lot better in dry climates. You don't get rust here. In Arizona, it's very rare to find an old car with like a ton of rust on it. Same thing with California for the most part, unless they were near the coast, and then they'll get rust. But just in general, because it's so dry, you're not going to get a lot of rust and a lot of those types of things, because of the dry weather. I guess technically, if you live in a snowy climate and they throw salt on the ground to deal with the snow and ice, then it could be a problem. But yeah, it depends. Electrostatic discharge, true. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal from my experience. I've been building computers for at least 20 years now, and at least I don't know of one part that I had that was destroyed by ESD. I did have two motherboards that didn't work, but I was pretty careful, and I really doubt that was the case. 7VW bugs all rust free. I believe that. A lot more dead batteries. You're definitely right about that. Heat kills batteries like none other. Not good for cars, Joshua. Yeah, I hear you, man. Southern California cars do good. Yeah, they don't get a lot of rust either. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. If the salt doesn't work, then you get yourself a snow machine or a ski-doo, as you said. Whatever works. Don't knock it. If you can't drive anywhere and you need to get something, you'll do it.
Salutations. I can't. Could this be a trap?
I think everything's a trap. That is why I'm still alive.
Help me.
Alright, we'll see you later. Porches have galvanized chassis and bodies. They don't rust. Maybe the bug is the same since VW owns Porsche. Maybe the newer ones, but I don't think the older ones did. Not just talking about USD on components. I can't count the number of times I get shocked. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you don't want to dry anything without a dryer sheet, that's for sure. Alright, Supa, we'll see you later. Austin, you're welcome. Glad that I helped you out. If I have two bots, is it better to have them run in the same game or two separate ones? That's going to be up for debate. Most people are going to tell you that the same game is going to be best. The issue right now is that the chat bug is still in play, so that's going to make it a lot harder to get that to work. Let me see if this game has the chat bug. This game doesn't have the chat bug. I'll keep testing it and see. But for right now, until that chat bug goes away, I'd probably just say do them separate. Just make sure you make your game times long. Hey, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Shaft stop. That was the go-to Amazon armor back in the day. They both do different things and meet at Diablo and do Diablo and Bale together. I guess it depends too if those characters are capable of running enough areas by themselves to be effective by themselves. If they're not, then I would probably just run them together. If they're already together, then I wouldn't split them up. Yeah, okay. So if there's nothing going on and they're working together already, just run them together. There's no real reason to mess with it. Is that what you're still running? I kind of want to make a character and restart the MFing. Haha. This is what I'm running right now. I do have a Paladin bot that runs on another computer. Even old Porsches galvanized, they don't rust. Not sure about VW. Do they say if you're buying a Porsche and it has body rust, then it was crashed and the fixed job is what's rusting, even the oldest one? Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Smart that they do that, but I wasn't aware of that. I don't think the VWs are that way because I have seen some rust on them, but some of them are so old, it could have got rust a number of different ways too, is the problem. So who knows?
Help! Thank you. Good job.
Dex and dexterity. Oh my gosh. I'm saying the same thing over again. Dexterity and strength. With triple res. Those aren't terrible, but I kind of needed to get increased attack speed there. My Sorceress does cows and it takes forever, so I have the hammered and run pits, tunnels, countess, summoner, pendle, and nil maybe? Then they made it deal almost perfectly. If you have it down like that where it's effective and you don't have any issues, I wouldn't recommend messing around with it too much because then you got to start over, figure out the timing, figure out how to get them to meet up properly and everything. I just wouldn't bother. Once you get something working pretty good, I would just leave it.
Forgive me. Help me. Help! Help!
The Sorceress doesn't do well just in general in Chaos. I actually don't run my Sorceress in Chaos at all when I bought it because the chickens happen way too often, and I'd rather just not even bother and deal with that. Because if she chickens in Diablo, then she won't do Bale, and she can do Bale. So I'll take one over the other if I have to. Sometimes certain sorceresses that I make, if I do better gear rather than focusing on magic find, she can do it, but it just depends on how I build the sorceress and what I want to do with her. Yeah, the Venom Lords are nasty even for Hammerdens, because they usually teleport like right in the middle of them and get smacked around a bit. So not surprising there. Do you know when the next ladder reset is? Nobody knows when the next ladder reset is. They're supposed to be every 6 months, and then they kind of changed it to where it's whenever they feel like it. It seems like it'll be every like 6 to 12 months, but there's really no way to know. Nobody knows. You have to watch their forum to find out. People have theories and all that stuff, but the only way to truly know is to wait till they post it about 2 weeks to a month ahead of time. Hey, you don't see this rune staff every day. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even see it enough. Ah, yes, the skull collector. Too bad it's not one-handed. Thing would be amazing. No FCR, but the magic find alone would be pretty outrageous. I want to spend my forum gold to gear some new cares. I'd say go for it. I mean, the only other thing you can really do is just wait till the reset occurs. It resetted not that long ago, so I don't think it's going to be for a while. How do you know it's in December? Not saying you're wrong, but they kind of like haphazardly decide when things get reset. We had like a set schedule for almost 20 years, and then they decided that that schedule was to no longer be kept. So I'm wondering how you know if it'll be in December because it was in June. Because at one time, or maybe it was two times, it took them like almost a full year to reset the ladder, and it didn't really seem like there was any rhyme or reason to it, really. So I'm just curious how you would know. Prices seem pretty cheap, yeah. After about a month of ladder, maybe less, everything becomes cheap because everybody's been botting and they basically have everything they need. And there's competition. Which if you're a buyer is a good thing. If you're a seller is a bad thing. Alright, I'm hooked. I'm gonna rewatch your videos on the bot setup and get going again. Has anything changed? Nope, nothing has changed. All those videos are still valid and work exactly the same way they did when you first watched them. Does Blizz actually ban any bots anymore? If so, what criteria do they have to meet? You're saying it follows the... Hold on a second. They do ban bots. There isn't really any criteria. Any third-party program you use is a bannable offense. Anything. Map hacks, bots. So if they even think that you used a bot, you get banned. Basically, that's the gist of how they decide whether or not they're going to ban you. And now they IP ban too, so that if you logged in with a bot and they check your IP and they see that you have other accounts that maybe you didn't bot with, they don't care. They ban all of those and the CD keys too. So follows the same schedule as last year. Says who? I'm not trying to say you're wrong in this. I'm just trying to clarify because we need like actual proof that something is that way before I actually believe it, because they were saying the exact same thing that year when they didn't reset it for a year. So they do ban bots. They ban them all the time. It just depends on what it is that they find that they can ban, or that they choose to ban, I guess I should say, rather, because I was banned for using Ital to bypass Ancients. I was banned for using Ital to go down stairs. Any stairs would get you banned. Things like that. You never know what it's going to be. You never know how they're going to do it. You never know what it is that they're going to find that they're going to ban you for. So there's just no way to know because they change it so often. They change their mind. I mean, they know we're botting. They know that there's botting games. Like, they have public games where they're botting. So they could technically go in those games and just log everybody's character and account names, but they don't for some reason. I'm not sure why. Massive queue times? Massive queue times don't have anything to do with the bot. They could potentially give you a queue time if you join and leave too many games, like right one after the other. That can happen, so Tim is kind of right there. But in general, as long as your games are long enough, it'll be fine. ...2018, yeah, they banned way after 2018. 2019, they banned. The two that I told you were in 2019, I believe. Early 2019. They removed hybrids, they removed certain duping techniques, stuff like that, so... Oh, for sure, Austin. Like I said, I'm always glad to help. So the way that Atal, the other bot that no longer works, unfortunately, would take stairs was some kind of weird packet type of... I can't explain it because I don't truly understand it, but they were using packets to go downstairs rather than clicking. They were doing the same thing to bypass ancients so that you could actually walk right through the gates. You like glitch through the gates. And Blizzard got onto that somehow. And they banned the ever-living crap out of everybody who was doing it. Which for me is not a big deal because I have a lot of CD keys, but for somebody that doesn't have a way to replace those, that's kind of a bummer. That's why I say if you don't want to lose your CD keys, you probably shouldn't bot. Because you have a pretty high chance of getting banned, botted, sooner or later. So 1.8 million Q is a 20-day ban. That is true. Yeah, that is true. If you get like a queue that's like massive, that's what has happened. Those are pretty unusual though. I think maybe that's very unusual. Usually it'll log you out completely, disconnect you from Battle.net, and it won't tell you how long you're banned for. It might be a week, might be 2 weeks, might be a month, might be 6 months, you don't know. No. There are still the existing realm downs. They still exist. They don't actually say realm down anymore. So calling them that is not exactly true, but same exact thing where I won't let you connect. CD keys legit that third parties sell. I wouldn't trust them, personally. Especially 16-digit keys. If you were to get a 26-digit key, that'd probably be fine as long as it actually works. But a lot of the 16-digit keys have been disabled. Blizzard did that, I forget, a year or two also, where if you redeem a 16-digit key online, you can no longer use it ever again. It's disabled. Yeah, well, it doesn't actually tell you it's disabled. What it says is it's been redeemed, I believe. But same concept. You can't use it anymore. So I wouldn't trust anything that has a 16-digit code. I wouldn't pay for it. What are these? I don't remember seeing these too often. Tankard's boots. I don't see those too often. I see sites that have D2 and LOD for like $12. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't go for those necessarily. You can if you want to try it, but you can get um, banned by using keys that, like MS said, I actually found a set of keys that does that to me. I had to get rid of them because of that. I wasn't sure that's what it was, but eventually I figured it out. I'm gonna hop off and play HOTS with my girlfriend. Have a good one. You too. See you later.
Help me. Thank you.
What up, Coldblock Forever? Thanks for all your help these past few years. You bet, System Wave. Anytime. Glad to help.
Help. Thanks. I am overloaded.
Oh, what do you need? I need you to repair my stuffs. That's what. I think the resistances are too low on that, which is really a pity. Because that could have been amazing. What is the most expensive item you ever found? Perfect Annihilus, and the other one, I don't remember exactly how much this one was, but it was a 5 NATO white antlers that I had. It wasn't perfect because it wasn't Eth repair, but it was still worth a ton. It was a really long time ago when people first started looking for those. And they were worth a lot. I think I sold the Perfect Annihilus for 3K? 4K? I can't remember. And then the White Nito, I have no idea what I sold that one for. It was a lot though. On D2JSP. Not real money. I don't think I've ever sold Diablo 2 items for real money.
Thank you.
You play any Path of Exile? I don't play any Path of Exile actually. Oh, Path of Diablo. I don't play that either. I don't really play. I'm pretty boring. I play about 10 of the same games all the time. Unless one of my friends convinces me to play something new, and then usually they get bored of it before I do, so. MS, what are you talking? Wait, what? Someone sold a child for Mavina's bow in 2007? Holy smokes. That's horrible. They sold an F glitched Exile near perfect roll when they came out for $400 once? Wow, that's crazy. Exile has always been fairly pricey if you get a really good one. LOL, I hear you're enjoying your RE2 remake stuff as well. The game is great. I will probably get RE3 once I get my PS5. I didn't like RE3. I don't know why. I just don't like it. RE2 remake, I really liked it. I beat it on hardcore with 0 damage in almost every single scenario, I think. I know I've done Leon A and B with no damage on hardcore, and I think Claire, was it Claire A? With no damage on hardcore, which is, pretty cool. It's hard to do with Leon because of his weapons don't perma-stun some of the enemies like hers does, but I did manage to get it eventually. Perfect Exile just sold on West Ladder for 8K. I believe that because Perfect is really really hard to get. So what type was it? Was it a Vortex that sold for that amount? Because usually they want the Vortex shield. It seems like. Rawl and tall. Tall and roll. Oh, it was the first one in 2+ seasons? Yeah, I believe that. So funny nobody ever found, I think, Tomb Reaver 3 open sock perfect one. Pretty sure somebody has. I feel like I might have had one at some point. I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe not, because I know it rolls. Doesn't it roll Ed and Magic Find or something like that? So that one's a tough one to get perfect. Hmm. Amp damage is kind of nice, but not really worthwhile. Do some gambling. .4% AR strength life. That's not too bad as a temp. Might hold on to that. Ah, that's a bummer. Defensive auras is no bueno. 100 mana. That's a neat ring. You don't see those too often. I don't think they're worth anything though, if I remember correctly. Hi there, you got a good classic setup? Like a classic bot? It's pretty much the same way you do the other one. It's not really that different. You just change the picket list to a classic style picket list and then you're good. Although I wouldn't recommend doing non-teleporting characters. You're pretty much stuck with Sorceress. You can sort of get classic to work with the other characters, but it's difficult. I've been trying to find a script that I used to have for Atoll that was set up to do all the different characters to follow the Sorceress at a certain point, and it worked really good, but I haven't been able to find it. If you started at the star instead of the entrance, you might be able to do it. Then it would probably be okay, but otherwise I just don't see it working out. just use that as a temp. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Ripperoni. I don't think I can buy that back either. Nice, dude. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll hold on to those. Make sure that I did my calculations right. 40, 60, 70, 90, 105. I don't think I did my calculations right. Because I thought I only needed one more and I'm way off still. Ah, okay. I didn't know it had that many things that rolled on it. No, wait, I did calculate right. I can't add right. This is 40. That's 75. 85, 95. 105. Plus 20 is 115. Okay. So we're still off, actually. By like 2%. No. 2 FCR. So I'd have to run 2 faster cast rate rings in order to get the 117 breakpoint. Which is kind of a bummer because I like the Wisp. Or I could swap that out, but I don't really want to do that. Well, until then, there's not really a point in using that, so I'm just going to hold on to the Soge.
Help! Help me! Help! Thanks. Help me! Help!
Look at that drop. Wow. That is pretty fancy. 3 uniques on 1 drop is really good. I mean, other than the Geeds, it's garbage, but it's still a really good drop. Alright, let's see what the Geeds is. Oh wow, it's terrible. That's actually bad. Too bad it matched my other one too. Oh well. If somebody wants that, feel free to come grab it. It's terrible, but if you don't have one, better than nothing. Whoops. Clicking off the screen here doesn't help, huh? Just gambled Amara's? Very nice. Yeah, that's fantastic. What were the resistances on it? Okay. Gotta love that lag. $28's not bad. That's really good. That's not a silly question. That's honestly a good question, because if you don't know what it is, how would you find out? It's called fail to join, as Chris said. Yeah, it is lagging. The game itself, sorry, Chris, is lagging. But Austin, yeah, that's what it means. If it's already on there, you can leave it. I think all it really does is just speed up the time it takes for the screen to go away, because the fail to join screen lasts forever. So I think the only thing it really does is make it go away faster. That's it. Hey John, how you doing? What's good with you, man? Life is good for me. Being alive, being here is what's good. I want ladder to reset so I can see prices of things early. Ladder, they're crazy. Early ladder prices are insane. So the funny math of the perfect 3 open socketed Tomb Reaver is 1 to 129 billion. Yeah, that sounds about right, considering how many of those stats can roll. That's how you can make money quick? It is, and that's the primary reason why everybody rushes at the beginning of ladders, because they're trying to make that forum gold or real money or whatever the case may be. Just started last month after 12 years and had no idea about JSP. JSP's been around for around 12 years, hasn't it? I think longer than that. Let's see, I've been on JSP for 12 years, I believe. So, but yeah, many people didn't know about it, that's for sure. Ooh, good luck with that, John. Better cross your fingers on that one. Where am I magic finding? Pindle, Eldritch, Shank, Mephisto, Duriel, Andy, Countess, and Cows is currently what I've been running. With the Sorceress, at least. She doesn't really handle Chaos very well. It's really slow, so I don't do that. Bale I could technically do, but again, it's somewhat slow. Yeah, Thul. No, I don't do ancient tunnels with lightning. There's a few immunes in there. I could technically do it. It's not too bad. Um, but ancient tunnels is mostly for Blizzard Sorceress. I could do pits as well. Pits is not a bad place to go. I'll be honest with you guys. I never find anything in pits or in ancient tunnels. Even with my bots, I think I've found a total, like a grand total ever, of 5 high runes over the course of thousands of hours. And I know some of you can be like, I find them there every day. I mean, maybe you do. But every single time I set it up and do it, I don't find Jack Diddley. I think I found one high rune when I was streaming one time in Ancient Tunnels, and that was when I was doing like 24-hour streams and whatnot, and that's horrible. That's just not good. So basically, I don't do them very much because of that, because that's annoying. I could. If you guys want to see it, I'll do it for you. Yeah, most people tell me tunnels is where it's at. They like it. It gives them all kinds of good stuff. Meanwhile, I'm over here looking at it going, I'm not even sure I should do this anymore. Like, I just have really bad RNG in there. Pits is pretty good. Pits has given me quite a few high runes. So I do run pits. If I run the bot, I run pits. Too bad that's not fire resistance. That would have been really nice. I don't think with the lightning resist it's worth anything though. Ah, that is a bummer. Pray to our and Jesus. Yeah, you're not wrong. Abaddon or Chaos? Yeah, Abaddon's not too bad. I don't think that's worth anything, but you could, what, you can make a doom out of it. %ed isn't perfect, though. I just found perfect eth war shrike. You mean spike? Are these worth anything? Is it, when you say perfect, it's 15.3? Because almost anything that's elite with 15.3 on it's going to be worth something. Maybe not a ton, but somebody might be looking for it. If it's 15.15, it's not going to be worth much. People don't care too much about durability, especially if it's eth. Oh, War Strike. They're perfect ethereal word? That's the unique one then? Because I'm not familiar with those. I think those are worth something. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it is worth something. Is the Lightning Stork the fastest cow clear? Um, hmm. Probably not, actually. The link is broken. I'll fix it later. Not too surprising. They change the download links on a lot of websites a lot of times, so I end up with broken links. Thank you for letting me know, though. But that is much appreciated.
Help!
Holy cow, whatever that was, it smacked me. I hurt mucho. The step-by-step guide is so helpful. Really appreciate it. Yeah, you bet. That was kind of the point. I mean, not everybody's a visual learner, so having a written document that explains everything is also very handy. I actually prefer written documents myself. I don't mind videos, and I can use them just fine. But if I can reference both at the exact same time, I'm a lot happier. I'm tempted to keep this, but I just don't think it's worth anything. I only kill champion packs in the pits and the tunnels. Well, because they're maximum, they're a level, what, 85 area or whatever, anything can drop from there, so I clear them. Because they're kind of like chaos. But yeah, I mean, it is a lot faster if you don't do that, obviously. Okay, there we go. Clicked off the screen again. With the bot, I never use chain lightning because the bot never misses. So there's not really a reason to use chain lightning, really. She'll kill everything real fast regardless. So I don't use chain lightning at all. But I'm lazy when I magic find myself, so I do use it. So there's a ton of lightning enemies in here. You play Path of Diablo? No, I don't. Bad suggestion. What's the bad suggestion? Tunnels? Yeah. Tunnels is a pain with lightning. I mean, you can still do it. It's not like that big a deal. It's just really slow. That's why he was only doing the elite packs, but because of how tunnels works, I usually like to clear it because it's capable of dropping anything, so. If I found a really good lance or like a war pike that was just amazing, like an amplified damage war pike, I'd probably make a barbarian just because of that, because I really like whirlwind with a giant pike. Looks really cool. Very nostalgic. You basically never even see those anymore because they're just not that effective. Glad to see they fixed queues again, temporarily at least. Yeah, for sure. I was glad about it myself. We'll see how long it lasts. I keep forgetting to test the chat bug. Let's see if that's still going on. Yep, that's still going on. The small charm will be a 320-20 or a 15 defense, you know. Same thing, right? Still can't seem to chat. Yeah, it's still bugged out. It's a real bummer.
Greetings. Help me.
Hey Derek, glad to see you still YouTube mod 25 at JSP. I mean, is there something you needed, or you just want me to say hi? I think you messaged me the other day, didn't you? Pretty sure you did. I remember you saying that you came back after a while, if I remember correctly. Jaw and Chaos? That's really nice, actually. Just glad to see you're still on here. I am, I actually got my Dark Vigilante account unbanned because an actual human during COVID actually reviewed my account and decided it wasn't spam after all. There was over 600 videos on there, and they were saying that my live streams were spam because they were all the same. And I was like, they're not the same at all, but okay. And of course, it's an automated system that doesn't actually look at anything of any usefulness. So that's why YouTube is no fun when it comes to bans, because a lot of times they didn't even give me a warning or a strike or anything. It was just an instant ban. I woke up one morning and my entire account with 600 videos was gone. No warning. I'd been on there for at least 5 or 6 years. And just out of nowhere, they were like, you're gone. Bye. Whoops. Trying to get myself killed. Glad you figured it out. You actually helped me with Cobalt when it first came out. Was one of the first 10 subs on your old channel. Nice. Very cool. I still appreciate that. You should still be subbed over there if you were on there before. It didn't seem to drop any of my subs from the other channel for whatever reason. It just like hid the channel from existence for a while, which is pretty interesting. Which means they didn't actually delete the channel like they said they did. They just kind of left it on their server for 2 years without doing anything, which is kind of fascinating.
I can't carry anymore. All right.
some chances. Let's see if we roll a 40 or not. Be nice. 30. Oh man. That's the biggest bummer ever.
Help! Help me! Yes? Help! Forgive me. Help me. Help me. Help! Help me.
I guess I should grab that Amaroon because if we find an Ort, we can make a Spirit. So might as well do that. We are so close to level up. I might go try to hit up Bale and see if we can manage that. But then again, I might get hit with some souls or some dolls, so that's probably not the best idea. I better just stick with the plan and just do what I'm doing. I don't really want to die right on this close. If that had FCR on it, that would have been amazing. There it is.
Help!
There's the Ort rune I needed. Very nice. Roll a spirit before I take off for the day. That'll probably be the last thing we do here. Alright, yeah, so we do have a 4-socketed Monarch. Oh, oh man, that is so terrible. 25 FCR with 3 magic absorb. Now the mana roll was pretty good. But that is that's garbaggio. That's terrible. Alright, everybody, that's where I'm going to leave you tonight. I'm going to take off, get some food, and do whatever else it is I'm going to do tonight. I hope you guys stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one.